The Journey to the True Self, a story inspired by Carl Jung. Elias had always been a man of structure. His life was meticulously planned, steady job, polite conversations, and a predictable routine. From the outside, he seemed content. But in the quiet moments when the world wasn't watching, a deep emptiness gnawed at him. One evening, after another monotonous day at work, Elias found himself wandering into the town's old library. His fingers traced the worn-out spines of books until one title caught his eye: The Unexplored Self. He flipped through the pages and a passage struck him. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. He read it again and again. Could it be? Had his entire life been dictated by something unseen? A force within him he had never confronted? Determined to find answers, Elias embarked on a journey of self-discovery. But the path would not be easy. Phase 1. The shadow, wrestling with the darkness. Jung spoke of the shadow, the hidden, suppressed parts of ourselves. Elias read that to truly know oneself, he had to face his darkest traits, his anger, fears, insecurities. At first, he scoffed at the idea. I don't have a shadow, I'm a good person. But the more he observed himself, the more he saw the truth. At work, he resented his colleagues who seemed more confident. He envied their freedom, their ability to take risks, while he remained trapped in his carefully constructed life. One night, frustrated, he tried a journaling exercise he had read about. He wrote down everything that angered or irritated him about others. People who act like they know everything. Those who follow their dreams but leave everything else behind. People who don't care about being responsible. Then the book instructed he had to ask himself, what do these things reveal about you? The realization hit him like a wave. He hated these traits in others because he had buried those very desires within himself. Deep down, he wanted to be bold, to take risks, to live freely. But he had denied himself that right. Facing the shadow was painful. It meant admitting he wasn't as perfect as he pretended to be. But he had taken the first step: awareness. Still, he didn't know what to do next. He felt lost, as if he had just uncovered a wound with no idea how to heal it. Phase 2. The Inner Voice. Lost in the noise. One night, Elias had a dream. He saw a younger version of himself standing alone in a vast wheat field. The child stared at him and whispered, "Remember what you once loved." He woke up in a cold sweat. What did that mean? For days, the dream haunted him. He tried meditation, but his mind raced. He sat in silence, hoping for an answer, but all he felt was frustration. Then, while cleaning out his childhood home, he found an old sketchbook. As he flipped through the pages, memories flooded back. He used to love painting, but he had abandoned it long ago, dismissing it as impractical. He hesitated before picking up a brush. The first strokes were shaky, uncertain, but as he continued, something clicked. For the first time in years, he felt something stir within him. Joy. That night, he realized what the dream meant. His inner voice had always been there, whispering to him, but he had drowned it out with logic, responsibility, and fear of judgment. Phase 3. Individuation, breaking free from the mask. Understanding his shadow and listening to his inner voice was one thing, but living authentically, that was terrifying. At work, he felt the old patterns pulling him back, smiling when he didn't mean it, nodding when he wanted to disagree, but he couldn't unsee the truth. One day, a co-worker dismissed one of his ideas in a meeting. Normally, Elias would stay silent, but something in him refused. "No," he said firmly, surprising even himself. "I think this idea has potential, and here's why." The room fell silent, but instead of the rejection he feared, his colleagues listened. Some even agreed. A small victory, but it was enough to ignite a change. Elias realized he had spent years hiding behind a mask. But his true self wasn't someone he had to create, it was someone he had to uncover. The transformation months passed. Elias wasn't a different person, he was simply more himself than ever before. He still faced doubts, he still battled old habits, but now he had the tools to confront them. By facing his shadow, he learned to accept himself. By listening to his inner voice, he rediscovered his passions. By embracing individuation, he let go of the need to please everyone. One evening, he returned to the library where it all began. He picked up the book that had started his journey. This time, as he read the words, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate," he no longer saw them as a mystery. He saw them as the truth he had lived.